This is the Prep Rally Game of the Week. I'm Chip Souza, joined by Rick Fires as always, and we are bringing you the best in high school football across the region. Ricky, we've got 6 games in the book going into week 7 this week, and there are some fantastic matchups.
You know what this is? This time of year, this is pecking order time.
Pecking order.
This is whether you're in a 14 pet, where you're going to finish first, second, third, fourth. These next 4 weeks will determine that. And if you can't win the conference championship, my goodness, you want to at least get a home playoff game for the first round. You don't want to end up traveling to Lake Village on a Friday night and trying to get back home. So all these games are important, and they're starting to size up right now. And starting with our big one, man. Woo! What a game!
Now, Rick, you're talking about
what a game.
You're talking about long road trips. I never have heard this term before. Ben Cleveland was our speaker at the Hogs Illustrated Sports Club a couple weeks ago. Brought him in. Ben Cleveland, just a great guy, great old boy, just a good old boy, Ricky.
Springdale good old boy. Bulldog.
But he called the school bus the cheese wagon.
The cheese
wagon.
The
cheese wagon.
Because it's yeller.
I guess so, but okay. I kind of like that.
I thought it was a yellow dog.
That's
but
what I thought.
Whatever.
He called it a cheese wagon. I'm guessing it was a thing. I don't know.
Maybe it's Springdale.
You know what? If it's not a thing, it's a thing now.
Well, if Ben says so. You know, he's got some championship rings, so I'll go with that.
It's a big thing. So, Ricky, you're right. You already alluded to it. You know, big games this week. The very first one, it's Fayetteville at Bentonville. Ricky, when has this not been a big game?
You know what's interesting about? They're always interesting, but if people got to remember, it's Fayetteville, not Bentonville, who are defending state champions. So you know what Bentonville wants to do? They want to give me that. Give me that. That's ours.
Exactly.
Ours. They want to get that that conference championship back right there.
Exactly.
So Fayetteville's got to go there. Bentonville is still the only one. They're 3-0. Everybody else, they're boom, boom, boom.
Everybody else has kind of a loss. Yeah, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
Yeah. So man, I can't wait. I don't know what day this is. I ought to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning to have a seat. I'm ready for that.
You're going to camp out?
Yeah, I'm going to camp out.
Got your hostess, they got your ding-dong box.
I got my ding-dong, and I got my little bologna sandwich. Man, I like mine fried, though. How am I going to work that?
It'd be kind of cold.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not be too good. So Fayetteville at Bentonville.
I'll find a microwave. Okay.
Fayetteville coming off a big win. Ricky at Razorback Stadium got a big win. Drake Lindsay.
Pew! Pew! Pew!
Yes, 5 of them. 5 of them.
389 yards,
something like that, yeah.
60-20 over Southside.
Yeah, big win for them.
Putting up points.
Bentonville, big win against Rogers Heritage. So you're right, Ricky. Bentonville 3-0, hosting Fayetteville 2-1. Who you got?
Man, Bentonville's going to be at home. They're going to have a great crowd out there. Fayetteville's good. They're going to travel too. But man, like I said, when you got something you feel like been taken away from you, my God, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to get it back. So I'm taking Bentonville. Bentonville's going to win that game, but they still got other games to go before they can say they're conference champion. But they won it like 8-9 years in a row before Fayetteville. I think Fayetteville will go up there and they'll play a great game, but I think Bentonville comes out on top.
Now, Ricky, if you're right about this,
I will be right.
When you're right about this.
When?
Okay. So Fayetteville then would have 2 losses.
Yes.
Okay. That brings them back to the pack a little bit, where Bentonville West, who they beat a couple weeks ago, Bentonville West would still have the 1 loss. So Bentonville West would have a loss to Fayetteville, but a win over Rogers. But Rogers has a win over Fayetteville.
Yeah.
See where I'm going here? Geometry. It's geometry. We kind of have a little triangle going.
No, you lost me at not, plus not. But you know what? If Bentonville wins, they're in the driver's seat, and they still got Bentonville West coming up and some other games. So, man, I just go from week to week. I can't. Henry Apple fills out all that stuff. Yeah, minute to minute, day to day. I'll let my man Henry Apple fill out all the scenarios.
There you go. There you go. So taking Bentonville over Fayetteville in the Prep Rally Game of the Week.
Yes.
Now, in the River Valley Game of the Week, of which our Leland Barclay always has down in the River Valley, this is a big game, Ricky.
Absolutely.
Lake Hamilton and Greenwood. Now, I know Pulaski Academy's in the conference. I know that.
Yep.
And I know Little Rock Christian. But you know what? Lake Hamilton and Greenwood have been ruling this conference for a while, and they're still the teams in this conference, in my opinion.
Nah, you know what? These are both the highly ranked teams. Lake Hamilton is 7-0, 5-0. Greenwood 5-1, 4-0. So they're both undefeated in conference. And I think Greenwood has had it on them a little bit.
They have.
But I remember when I was down there in the championship game when the two teams played for a champ, and I was very the old slobber knocker right there. And I was very impressed with Lake Hamilton. So they had, we talk about the huge game up here, but that's just as equally a huge game down there in the River Valley.
It's huge. And now Lake Hamilton was previously known as a team that just ran the football over and over and quite successfully that way. But ran the football. Now they've added a passing attack, Ricky, so they're a little bit more balanced. You can't focus on just the run game. So Greenwood's going to have their hands full. How do you see this one happening?
And you know what? And I love Hunter, the quarterback, Carnes, the wide receiver. They know how to do the passing game.
Yeah.
I think Greenwood's going to win this one, especially at home. Lake Hamilton got a long way to come up here. Greenwood's going to be fired up. They want to be the champion. They think they've ruled this league like Bentonville has ruled the 7A West. I think Greenwood takes them.
So Greenwood over Lake Hamilton in the first of what's going to be and could be every week big games in the 6A West, which Chip Souza says is the best conference top to bottom in the state of Arkansas.
I ain't going to argue with you. I ain't going to argue. You may be right. I think you are right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm backing you.
That is SEC West 2.0 or whatever you want to call it. It is a heck of a conference.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to go down now to the 4A1. Now, the 4A1, Ricky, Shiloh Christian and Prairie Grove's gone. That conference is terrible now, right?
No. You got the bullies out, but we got somebody else.
More bullies.
We got more bullies coming in. You know who's been a bully so far this year?
Who?
Gentry.
Gentry's been a bully.
Gentry Pioneers.
They're Pioneers. Got the floppy tail going on and all that Daniel Boone.
And a little Winchester or something. Everybody gets scattered. When you see them Gentry Pioneers come, hey, you better take cover.
Yeah.
Because we got our boy Chris Bell in that passing game. They got a good defense. But you know who ain't scared?
Jeremy Burns and them hillbillies. They ain't scared.
Them thrillbillies. Ain't nobody gonna scare them.
Ain't nobody scaring them.
Nope.
They got a bunch of big.
They got some
big old boys. They got some 300.
They got some
300s across that line.
Hey, don't let that 4A classification fool you. They got some horses down there.
Now, Landon Wright, the quarterback at Ozark, 2 or 3 year starter, dual threat guy, doesn't pass as much as what you consider like an Eli Wisdom dual threat. But let me tell you something. He run that ball down your throat, and if you think, then he'll pull it back and dink one over the top on you. Next thing you know, you've given up a 40 or 50 yarder. He's a great quarterback down there. Might still be a two-way player. I don't know how much defense he's playing, but he's a tough kid.
They're all tough. All them hillbilly. What a perfect name for a town. If you're talking about Arkansas, USA, you go to a town called the Ozark Hillbillies. I love that, and man, that's going to be a great game. But let me see who I got. You asking me who I got?
Woo, I tell you what, Ricky, is this Gentry's time? Now, talking about Henry a while ago, Henry said for the first time this century. In a century. No, in a century.
That's like 100 years, right?
Yes, 100 years.
Yeah, 100 years.
All right.
Yeah.
So for the first time in over 100 years, for the second year in a row, Gentry is 6-0. This has only ever happened in the 1400s, apparently, or something like that. So it's been a long time since Gentry had back-to-back seasons where they started the year 6-0. Are they going to be 7-0, Ricky? Are they going to be 7-0?
You know what? Last year they were 6-0, and they felt the tougher. It's back-ended. Not take anything away from what they've done, but their conference is back-ended. They've got some real tough teams.
They do.
I love the Pioneers. I went over there, did a story on Chris Bell. Just big, doing a great. Him and his staff doing a great job over there. But I don't see them going down there and beating the Hillbillies. I just don't.
I think, Ricky, this game, I'm with you. This one will be decided in the trenches, and Ozark's going to have a decided advantage in the trenches. They're going to get a whole lot of Landon Wright thrown at them. They're going to get a whole lot of Eli Massengale thrown at them. Here's what I noticed, too, Ricky, and I did a little pregame capsule for this game. Ozark's defense is mainly led by a bunch of sophomores. They got some 3 or 4 sophomores on that defense that are playing lights out.
That's what you want, man. You want your senior leaders sprinkle in some junior, and then you have these young pups come up there. What the old coach said: if they're going to bite you, they bite you as a pup.
Bite you when they're a pup. I believe Nolan said that.
Nolan said that.
Yes.
And I think some football coach in Texas said it as well.
Well, maybe, but Nolan said it.
You know what? I said it.
You said it.
I said it.
He owns the copyright to that.
Yeah,
So let me recap.
Recap.
You got Bentonville over Fayetteville in the 7A West Game of the Week, Prep Rally Game of the Week.
Showdown.
You
Bentonville.
got Greenwood holding serve at home against Lake Hamilton in the River Valley Game of the Week.
Absolutely.
And you got Ozark, home of Rivertown Barbecue, by the way. There you go.
Can I cover that game?
That's what I was going to see if we could both go down there.
Yeah,
and cover that game.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. You got Ozark winning that game over Gentry in what should be a good game.
Yep.
How'd you do last week?
21-3, and I picked Bentonville. You know, it's not about me, but I picked Bentonville West to hand Rogers its first loss.
And they did.
And they did.
And
with a backup quarterback.
With a backup quarterback
really
who didn't play like a backup, Ricky.
No.
Dalton
He was
Ross
ready.
did not play
he
like a
wasn't sitting
backup.
over there doing like this when I was on the sideline.
And
he went up.
He did, and he made a big third down play in that game, and we have video of that right here.
Yeah.
And what a great game he had. He's our player of the week, Ricky. And
Yeah.
you picked him as a player of the week.
Yeah.
And what a great job. You know, other quarterbacks might have put up bigger numbers, but when it came time to win a ball game, he won a ball game.
He didn't mess up. He didn't throw an interception. Well, anyway, he did the thing to win the game, and you played to win the game.
That's right.
That's another thing I just invented.
You play to win the game.
Yep.
I think somebody else said that. That's okay. If you want to claim it, hey, you know what? It can be yours. So there you heard it first, folks. Come back and join us next week as we will also have more games of the week as we go. We don't take a day off.
No.
We never take a day off. So we'll be back with you next week. Come back and join us.
Pecking order time. I'm telling you, pecking order.
Back in order.